2020 will forever go down as probably one of the worst years of the 2000s so far. So many people's jobs and lives were affected terribly by the numerous disasters that happened that year. So many terrible society-changing events happened all within the span of 12 months, and even crept into the following few years, with some issues still being felt to this day even. But how does this all affect SML? Yeah, 2020 was a weird ass time. Assuming you weren't born in like the late 2010s, if you were, oh my god, please click off of this video. You all know exactly what happened in 2020. I don't need to go on some crazy long sob story talking about how bad 2020 was and how it ruined everything and how nobody could graduate normally or anything. I don't want to talk about any of that. Instead, I want to talk about possibly the weirdest year of SML's entire history. The year that gave us some of the most abysmally bad SML videos, and honestly, some of the most funny videos that SML's ever produced. There was also just so much drama that happened, and this was the year that genuinely everything changed regarding the real life situation of SML. Though, I'm going to try to not talk about that quite as much, as I am not a drama channel. I like talking about silly Mario plushies, and I do not want to accidentally spread false information, as the drama is way too insane, and there's just too much personal shit that I am not touching with a 10-foot pole. So, with all of that said, let's start talking about it. Starting off at the beginning of the year, everything is pretty normal and nothing's really off. It feels just like almost every other month of videos from 2018 to 2019. Some insanely funny videos were released, like Black Yoshi's Superpowers, The Imaginary Girlfriend, Jeffy's Lie, and Junior's Stinky Friend, while also getting some very bad videos, like Baby Jeffy, Jeffy's New Dad, and The School Dance. But the video where everything starts to change is the video Jeffy Goes to Disney World, which features Logan going to Disney World in the dead middle of March in 2020. It is brave to be this stupid. This video really reeks of early COVID humor and just generally isn't a good video. And the video after this, Jeffy Goes Bowling, is pretty funny, but overall just isn't very good. But it does mark something significant, as this would be the last video in 2020 that Chris, aka Poobie, appears in a video fully in person and not insanely muffled by wearing 2 masks. Because of this though, we would basically only see Cody or Brooklyn Guy exclusively through FaceTime on a phone, with more focus being put on other characters like Joseph with Joseph's New Shell. But my personal least favorite character that focus was put onto was Scooter. I think I've explained my disdain towards Scooter a pretty good amount, but Scooter is just Jeffy, but instead of having a pretty funny moment from time to time, he has no funny moments ever. These are just, to this day, some of my least favorite videos that SML has ever put out. And I know that Logan was in a very hard spot when he was making these videos, but they are just genuinely so hard to look back at. They are downright terrible videos. But without a doubt, one of the most interesting parts of this really weird era of SML was Harry. You see, as much as I've grown to love the character of Joseph over the years, he's definitely always been the least out of the 3 main characters of the Skeeter boys. And when I started watching SML so long ago, I personally always just really wished Logan would replace Joseph with Toad, as those videos personally made me love the channel, and I always viewed Toad as a really good friend to Junior that they just don't use anymore. But over the years since switching to puppets, I have found myself enjoying Joseph's character significantly more than I used to, and you could definitely see Logan focusing a lot more on Joseph around this period of the channel, but Cody was so instrumental to most junior video plots that not having him there just felt like something was missing. Junior didn't have the one-on-one chemistry with Joseph like he did with Toad, or even Cody. So obviously, the best answer was to replace him with a character played by Lance, while Poobie was away. What could possibly go wrong? I've seen the online opinion on Harry sway a lot over the years, and while I do not blame anyone for liking Harry's character, or wanting to see him come back, as I do as well, let's not get it twisted. Harry is not a good character at all. The most funny that comes with his character is his funny accent, and even with that, Cody's voice allows for so much more comedy. And literally the only purpose of Harry as a character is to be a great value brand Cody, and that is it. He has a couple funny moments from time to time, but even at that, he almost always just pulls videos down. Even with that though, I would like to see him come back, as I do think he can allow for a lot of funny jokes as a reactionary character to Cody, like in the video Cody Meets Harry, but not as a full main character that drives the plot forward. But thankfully, around the end of the year, Poobie did come back, but with a little bit of a price. You see, as Poobie respectfully did not want to contract the virus and give it to his elderly parents, the cast took precautions to wear not only one, but 2 masks, as to not spread germs while filming. Again, very respectfully. But the price of this was that all of the videos from here on out sound like there's a fucking sock over the camera's microphone. Everybody is just so muffled in some of these videos, and it makes them just so hard to revisit. It sounds like something's wrong with my headphones. It doesn't make the videos unwatchable, it just makes them sound insanely weird. But nonetheless, Poobie was back. This year, as well as the end of 2019, was also the period where they were trying to push the puppets more, so plenty of videos switched between both the plushies and puppets, and it just made the videos insanely weird to watch as they were releasing, until the beginning of 2021, where the insanely real and totally not fake cease and desist happened, and we got the switch to the puppets. 2020 will forever go down as one of the weirdest years of SML though, if not the weirdest ever. The small changes that would happen to the channel during this time would go on to forever change the channel, and really make this year feel like a weird gap, right in between the Jeffy era and the Puppet era, as in my head, this fits perfectly right in with both of them. This truly was the weirdest year of SML.